Hey guys, Maya here. It is time to talk about my first impressions for Duet Night Abyss. When I first got interested in this game, it was around October 2023. They had just dropped the very first trailer. I watched it and I was excited. Fast forward to now and we can finally get on and play the beta. So, the Fox Hunter, the MC. When I started my account, there wasn't an option to start the male MC. Maybe that's going to be added later in the beta or in the next beta. Don't know. The female MC is very adorable, very cute. I like her. She has a nice voice. Good voice acting, I think. Berenica is her friend. I presume they are childhood friends. They seem like they've known each other for a while. And Barry is very fun to play. I adore her. I am a sucker for sword wave kind of gameplay, and when you use her ultimate, you can just rain sword waves all over the place. It's right up my alley, and I'm a little sad that she's just a 4-star. Maybe it won't matter. Maybe that won't matter. I don't know. We only get the beta for about 9 days, so there's not much chance of getting into the end game, but I'll get as far as I can and then we'll see. Maybe I can get an idea of how the 4 stars match up to limited 5 stars like Psyche, or other 5 stars like Fina and Pusha. I'm not used to their names yet. But anyway, we started out on this island kind of getting hunted by these monsters called Filthoids. By the way, great name for them. Filthy Oids. I don't know, it's just really funny to me. Filthoids. My experience in this beta so far tells me that this company is going to be just as memey as Honkai Star Rail's dev team was toward the start of Honkai Star Rail. I am very much looking forward to seeing what other Easter eggs I can find, what other jokes, what other memes. So far, it's been a lot of fun. But anyway, the climax of that first area, this is going to be about the story. So if you don't want to watch the story, you can skip to the next timestamp. So here, cool. In the climax of the first area, the cutscene where Barry fought Sybil was so good. Like, never mind the part where she lost. The cutscene was just gorgeous. It really reminds me of when Honkai Star Rail was new and the big thing was Belobog. The cutscenes in Belobog were just phenomenal. I wonder where all that went. Hopefully the developers for this game don't slack off like Star Rail did. After that, we kind of fell off a cliff and escaped from Sybil. I'm not really quite sure how we got from there to the other place that we went to. Wasn't even on the same island. Like, we fell into the sea and then washed up shore, like who knows how far away it was. But there we met Camila and Snow, and oh my god, Snow made me think of Paimon. I had Paimon PTSD for about 5 minutes. That was crazy, but she grew on me. She's not nearly as annoying as Paimon is. But yeah, Camila helped us get into the city, and then we met Psyche and kind of got a house, a really nice house that the guy was trying to sell because he was short on cash. So that didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I digress. That house was way too nice to just be a second house that he was trying to sell because he's short on money. But you know, it is what it is. We got a nice house. I like it. That place is beautiful. I hang out there. Anyway, let's start talking about some problems, what they did good, and some suggestions. So the first thing I noticed was the controls. Typically that is going to be the first thing someone notices about a game. It might not be the first thing you think about, but it is going to be the first thing that you interact with. As with most games where you have weapons, melee weapons that you swing at things, you hit the left click and your sword goes swing. But if you hit the right click, most of these games you can dodge with your right click. Within Waves you can dodge, Tower of Fantasy you can dodge, Punishing Gray Ravens you can dodge. Snowbreak you can't dodge, but that's a shooter game. Right button click is aim. And this is where it gets a little funky with Duet Night Abyss. This game is a combination of melee and shooting. Left click to swing your sword or other weapon, and you right click to shoot your gun or bow or flamethrower. There's a fucking flamethrower in this game. That was crazy. That was awesome. Flamethrower. My favorite ranged weapon, not gonna lie. Anyway, yes, I'm used to having the dodge button on the right mouse. Now, my suggestion is, since like the 1, 2, 3 keys aren't used, a lot of games use 1, 2, 3 to switch between characters. There's not really any switching between characters in this game. You just kind of summon the other 2 characters in your party and they just do stuff automatically. You don't control them. You probably want to choose party members that can buff you and such, but that's not what we're talking about. My suggestion is to add a toggle for melee and range. Maybe melee could be the 1 key, range could be the 2, or you could customize it with the right mouse button being a dodge while you're in melee and a aim while you're in ranged. There currently is no aim down the sights function. You just kind of shoot and that's that. Maybe there's not meant to be an aim down the sight with this game. In that case, I would still like a dodge. I still say that we should have a toggle between melee and range so that the left click is either swing your weapon or shoot your weapon, and the right click is dodge either way if you're not going to have an aim down the sight for the shooting weapon. But yes, that's the first problem that I came across. I don't like it. I would like it to be changed. Anyway, the next one is the pull animation. When you're pulling, it flashes. The flashes are bright. They hurt my eyes. There was another case where I found some flashing. Lynn's ult, when she is doing her thing, flashes. These flashes are really bright, and depending on how fast you're going through the pull animation, could cause epilepsy. That might be a concern. Lynn's ult goes really fast. It's fast flashing, and all of this flashing is hard on the eyes. It hurts my eyes to watch that. I had to look away. I had to hold my hand up in front of the screen so that the flashing wouldn't hit my eyes directly. And maybe tone that down a little bit. Next up is keybinds not used during the tutorial phases. Hold Alt and click on Armory. Whenever you're holding the Alt button and you're going up to the top right to click on your Armory icon, during the tutorial phases, it tells you to do that a lot of times. Why can't I just press the C key? It forces you to click on it. You can't press the C key. That sounds like a simple fix to me. Make the keybind work, change the instruction to either hold Alt and click on it or press C to open it up, either or. That's not really a big deal either way, but it'd be a nice little quality of life for keyboard players. Next up, the main story doesn't give enough XP to keep up with the main story level requirements. This was a problem I ran into in Wuthering Waves, and it is a problem a few friends of mine went Wuthering Waves over. At no point, in my opinion, this is just opinionated. Let's preface that right now. At no point should there be a level lock on main story. Main story needs to give you enough to continue doing the main story. I can accept it being a little bit short and expect you to burn maybe a little bit of stamina to cover up the difference. Maybe, but I still say that the main story should give you enough XP to keep up with the level requirement, or just not have a level requirement. Either or, the solution is level locks on story is very bad. A lot of people don't like that. People quit the game over that. We should probably not do that. Next up is how long it takes to burn stamina. Burning stamina is, so far in the beta, this is the worst experience I've ever had burning stamina in any gacha game. For some of the stages, it takes 3 minutes of just surviving. To burn stamina, I don't think that should be the case. Maybe 1 minute, or give us an objective that we can complete to clear it before the time's up. One of the others is simply kill a bunch of enemies. That's not that big a deal as long as you can get to the enemies fast enough, but I mean, maybe we should tone down the 3 minutes to like 30 seconds, maybe a minute at the most. 45 seconds probably would be fair. Maybe tone down the enemies from 60 to 100 to maybe like 20 or 30. These numbers are a bit ridiculous because we're burning 20 to 30 stamina at a time out of 240 daily. We're talking like it's going to take half an hour to burn all that. That's a little crazy. That's a little ridiculous. And while we're at it, maybe add a 2 times claim option at the end so that you can just claim 2 times the reward for 2 times the stamina. That would help go through your stamina a little bit faster, a little bit more efficiently. As it is now, I don't want to take half an hour just to burn stamina. I'd rather go do the story or go explore. Anyway, those are the problems I have. Now we get on to the good work section. Characters, love them. They look amazing. Berenica looks just fantastic. She is very beautiful. I like her personally. Lynn, her bodysuit, oh boy, that butt, let me tell you, it's also fun to play. Barry's fun to play. I wish the MC was a playable character. Like maybe we could like have the MC be the character that we fight with, and I don't know, we still would have to pull characters, right? But maybe instead of using that character, we use the MC in the MC uses that character's abilities. maybe something like that. I don't know. The MC is just cute, and for the little bit of time that we got to run around as her at the start of the prologue, I liked it. I liked her. I thought it was going to be a game where we play as that character, but no. Unlike a lot of other games, unlike Wuthering Waves that has the rover, unlike Star Rail that has Stell and Kalis, the Trailblazer, unlike Genshin even that has Aether and Lumine, MC is not playable. You can run around as her in the house and in safe zones, just like how you can in Zenless Zone Zero, you can run around as Belle in the safe zones. I'm honestly willing to settle with that, but I'd still like to be able to fight with her, even if she is using the other character's abilities. That might be asking a bit too much, honestly, but maybe something to consider. But yeah, the characters look great, the weapons are interesting, and the gacha system is the best gacha system I've ever seen in any video game. I've already made an independent video about this, but it just bears mentioning. The first character you pull, the first copy of every limited character you pull, it's 100%. I go into this with a lot more detail in the other video. I will link that in the pinned comment. There is one more thing I want to point out, the summoning teammates thing. I like that. I'd like to be able to keybind those two teammates summoning items, or just have them automatically be summoned whenever we go into combat or into a mission or out into an unsafe area in general. Just anytime that we are in an area where we can be in combat, I think it would be nice to be able to specify two to automatically summon. Yeah, I think that would be great. But yeah, these are my first impressions. At the moment, I am 100% planning to pick it up when it goes live. I am having a blast. The combat in this game is great. The story is interesting enough. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace out.